how do we help a country of 19 million people? It's been at the bottom of every socioeconomic indicator for 20 years. And with all the resources that have been poured in, we haven't gotten it right. So I think this is an opportunity for the Foundation, the Agricultural Transformation Initiative, to help us collectively move to a new paradigm.
This is the most tobacco-dominated economy among its neighbours. Therefore, it's the one that most needs to change. It's the one that is looking on the horizon with the challenges ahead, that something has to change, something has to be made different to kind of, have an impact on the future.
This is a really good time to be having this discussion about diversifying away from tobacco into other crops. I think that farmers are ready. It's a great opportunity to look at how do we address these impediments that have made smallholder farmers stick to tobacco. Because they're not sticking to tobacco just because they want to stick to tobacco, but it's because it's the one that's giving them the highest value.
This is a slowly dying industry, and we need to prepare for the inevitable. And the inevitable is that the incomes from tobacco will decline. They are declining, and the farmers can feel the pinch.
I think, in general, people have been stuck in an old paradigm, and I think with the arrival of the Foundation, the Agricultural Transformation Initiative, it's given people some ideas of thinking outside the box, using technology, evidence-based research to help farmers increase their productivity and yields, because ultimately that's going to make the difference in bringing people out of poverty.
When people in Malawi hear about the Foundation for a Smoke-Free World, before understanding what it is, it's like, oh, you want us to stop growing tobacco. Our agenda is to promote alternatives.
So in the next 2 days, we are going to have an opportunity to glimpse into the future, look at possibilities for agricultural transformation. I'm looking forward to hearing your comments, your discussions, your solutions.
Farming is not just a way of living. Farming is business, but without any alternative. We are just doing farming as a sake of life, not as business.
You have to address issues of policy. You have to address issues of education and science. Being part of the 21st century means you have to embrace technologies and you have to be part of a wired economy. And largely, Africa's been left behind in that. But the good part of that story is that they're quickly catching up.
The core idea behind the Center of Excellence is to identify technologies that can really change the lives of smallholders by increasing their incomes, and then putting those technologies and those products and services into the hands of the private sector so they can be scaled up and distributed to hundreds of thousands, if not millions of smallholders in Malawi and the Southern Africa region.
One of the things that one can have as an aspiration for this center is that it starts to give a voice to those who haven't had one, these experts and wise men of the land who haven't had the tools to express their knowledge effectively. And the technology vector is only one that is supposed to accelerate their opportunities, not create a differentiating factor that is solely to the purpose of more value being extracted from the country.
We're very excited. This is such a unique opportunity, not just to transform lives, but to do it with meaningful partnerships across academia, private sector, government, and so forth. And we're just looking forward to working with so many farmers in Malawi.
Malawi, it provides an ideal environment to start this conversation. There's so much talent, there's so much energy and this vibrancy of the young people to kickstart the process of agricultural transformation.